Abba. What is the most hated song by Abba? I'm Swedish. 43 years of age. Abba is the principal music I can recall hearing. My soonest recollections are from when I was around 3, so I would expect that is the point at which I initially heard them, in light of the fact that their music was consistently on all the time at home. Their tunes saturated my DNA. I think of them as equivalents to the Beatles, at any rate. As far as I might be concerned, they address the outright apex of refinement in popular music. Interminable melodies, impeccable musicianship and vocal conveyance, faultless creation. Yet, all things being equal, much as it torments me to say this, there are a small bunch of Abba tunes that I figure many individuals would discover hard to adore. Not by and large terrible, but rather the nature of those couple of melodies is so subpar compared to the wide range of various incredible tunes the band had that it nearly feels like they were composed by another person totally. But among these is most likely Woola King Kong Song. Better believe it, it's a senseless tune title. Abba had something reasonable of those. Banger Boomerang for instance. Crazy title. Virtuosa melody. King Kong Song is distinctive on the grounds that it doesn't have a recovering tune. The two, its title and the actual tune, sound like kindergarten rock. Which, once more, isn't awful, yet it's simply underneath the abilities of Abba, I think, to waste time with the drive of that type of music. The melody simply doesn't appear to have some other reason than to go about as the soundtrack to kids beating on pots and pans. The winner takes it all, it ain't. Goodness, and I additionally think Susie Hang Around is really unpleasant. It's the lone Abba melody on which Benny sings the lead. Indeed, he sucks. Was Abba the best melody's ability of the 70s? J. You should not get out a lot. Abba was absolutely a power during the 70s, beginning with their Eurovision Song Contest win in 1974. What's more, they followed Waterloo up with a line of incredible melodies and hits all through the 70s. They even had their music made into a hit Broadway melodies and film, featuring Mamma Mia starring of film, Meryl Streep, for the film and musical. However, greatest musical talent of the 70s? They might be in the top 10, or skimming only under, as the 70s had a lot of other extraordinary gifts, singular craftsmen, just as a group Abba had it. Indeed, you can contend that it's likewise the decade that delivered the most one-hit ponders, high-style and vocal band in King Harvest, yet there were effectively 10 different demonstrations that had extraordinary songwriting, melody ability, and heavenly vocals. Thus, only for your thought, here are some that would shake Abba off the best melodies ability platform. Along these lines, you can see, I can't put Abba at the top with the title of greatest musical talent of the 70s, since there was only this arrangement of craftsmen who had a more heavenly decade. Is there space for them to be in the best 10? In any case, grappling with Abba is any semblance of Barbra Streisand, Marvin Gaye, Aretha Franklin, Queen, Parliament, and Funkadelic, Paul McCartney and Wings, and Olivia Newton-John. An incredible inquiry to kick me off on the highest point of best of the 70s. What is the meaning of Abba delivering its first new tune in 2019 following 37 years? What is the meaning of Abba delivering its first new melody in 2019 following 37 years? Abba is, well, Abba. A band from the 70s that wasn't valued until numerous years after the fact. Their harmonies are tight, their verses were acceptable. At that point, the band of the two couples in the band wedded one another. At that point, out of the blue, the two of them got divorced. That removed a portion of the sparkles from one was. The last two top 40 hits for them practically characterizes the now divorced band that actually recorded together. Maybe due to legally binding commitments, or perhaps they loved Chronicle together in spite of their doomed relationships. Along these lines, the winner takes it all, and when all is said and done essentially summarizes it. Their professions were lived, and the ladies in the band proceeded as solo specialists. Thus, to spare the gritty details, simply the way they were in the 70s, are eager to record together again, and, since being a major fanatic of Abba, has its energy to come back and perform 5 new songs once more for their fans.